Welcome to the Get Smart with Money podcast. I'm your host, Dana Hernandez, financial planner and author of Get Smart with Money, Break Free from the Struggle, Build Wealth on Your Terms, and Rewrite Your Money Story. Here we talk about money, entrepreneurship, growth, and resilience, because financial freedom is about more than just numbers. Each week, you'll get practical strategies, inspiring stories, and the motivation you need to stress less about money and create more freedom in your life. Let's get smart with money together. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Today, I have a very special guest. Her name is Alycia Washington. She helps moms build confidence, release guilt, and get unstuck with her coaching program, Bloom with Alycia. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. This is exciting.
Yeah, definitely. So please tell us what you do.
Well, I am an empowerment coach for moms, and I help moms, like you said, build confidence, release guilt, and get unstuck. And a big part of that is my 90-day coaching program called Bloom, where I help moms kind of rediscover who they are now and where they want to go. So we release some limiting beliefs. We look at some of the myths and mistakes that moms that sabotage our relationships and fill us, as moms with a lot of guilt. So that's what I do. I help moms get together and become more confident in who they are at this point in their life.
Okay, I like that. As we were kind of just talking about before we hit record, you were like, oh yeah, I could tell you're not a mom because I was like, so like, where does the guilt part come from?
Yeah, it's funny because if I say that to a mom, it's like, oh yeah, um, because I don't think people realize the weight that moms feel, and really you don't get it because you don't get it until you become a mom. You can think about, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. But it's not until you become a mom that you're like, oh, I called my mom so many times after my first child was born just to say, Mommy, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't realize, but I'm sorry. Now that they're teens, I wish I could call her and be like, okay, so how exactly did you survive this round with this teenagers? Because you did some stuff that I didn't. It's different, when you walk in those shoes,
Mhm.
and a lot of it comes from expectations that other people put on moms, like what a mom should do and look like and be, and then those expectations we put on ourselves, like, am I doing it right? Am I doing enough? What more can I do? And can I should I be doing it like her, or should I be doing it like they're doing it? Like, working moms always have this guilt of not doing enough or not being there. Stay-at-home moms, they have the guilt of, well, am I doing enough, or am I doing it like, the working moms who are bringing income into the family? Is what I'm doing enough? Being here with the kids and um, maintaining the atmosphere of the house. Like, there's always something. There's always that feeling of, or that weight of guilt that we have. And I like to, and I know that because I felt it. I had to take that my own personal journey of feeling that weight and not really realizing what it was until I started kind of voicing it and talking to other moms about it. Because a lot of times as moms, we're real good at talking about the kids and what they need, and what we want to do for them because we love them, right? But we don't do enough of taking care of ourselves and kind of checking in where we are and what we need. And along the way, it becomes, we forget who we are because we're now so-and-so's mom. And no one knows our name because they associate us with the kids. Oh, that's David's mom. That's Jonathan's mom. Those are my boys. No, hello, I'm Alycia. I've been Alycia for 50 years now. Can you know? So, but really kind of reclaiming those parts of our identity that make us who we are and owning it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea that that was happening to people. I feel like that doesn't happen to everyone, or at least maybe not all the time, because I feel
We
like
don't talk about it.
teenagers,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that's true. People don't talk
they
about
don't
it,
talk about it. People don't
but
talk about it. You
I don't know.
feel, um, and each stage is different because, and I was talking to someone else, you 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 learn your kid as you go. Because really, like the first one, this is your first time being a mom. So you just learn, you're both learning together.
Yeah.
Then you have this other kid. I have two boys. They're 18 and 15. Then you have this other kid who comes along, and you think, okay, I got the hang of this. Okay, because you had the first one, right? So you know some stuff. And then this other kid comes along, and they're completely different. And you're like, oh my gosh, what works for him is not necessarily going to work for him. What do I've got to learn this kid all over again. And it's still parent and love and do what this kid needs, which might be different for how they receive love. It's a whole thing. And I just bow to moms with more than two. Like I have all the gray and it's because of them. I honestly, it's because of them. But we don't
That's
talk about that enough.
funny. Yeah, no.
And what I like to see now, I think people are starting, with social media, you're starting to hear stories more that people can relate to, and you're like, okay, so there's a platform where people can tell their stories more, and I'm picking up on people sharing more of the common threads that moms have.
Okay. So would you say it's just inevitable? Like it's going to happen, or is it like a comparison type of thing that people are struggling with?
I think it's a little bit of both. If you're not if you're not aware that it can happen, because it can kind of happen so in increments that you
Like
don't even really
subtly?
realize, yeah, you don't even really realize what's happening until you feel like you're in quicksand and you don't know what's sucking you in or what's pushing you down. And it's that weight of, who am I? And really, if you're not really clear on that before you go into motherhood, it's it does kind of get muddy in the waters, because now your whole heart and your whole being wants to love and protect and nurture this kid and help them, know who they are and discover their their gifts and their passions. But you forget to continue discovering your own.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
you have to know who you are, hopefully, before you have kids. But if you don't, because a lot of people, they never really figure out who they are, and then they have a kid, and then they
yeah.
pour everything that they can into the child. And yeah, that
Mhm.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And it's okay, it happens. But that's why I really kind of on this mission, one, to help younger moms to keep that in the back of their head, because it's not, motherhood is not easy. It is
Mhm.
not easy. When you have toddlers, whether you're working, stay at home, work from home, whatever, there are always going to be challenges, and that mom who is like brand spanking new to this, that whole, oh my gosh, it just brought back flashbacks of like changing diapers and the constant care. Like I have teens now. I don't have to do all that day-to-day stuff,
Mhm.
but there's a different kind of care and awareness that I have to have with them, because my oldest drives. That is like this patch of gray right here. is from that, right? But I want younger moms to know to keep doing something for themselves because
Hmm.
it's important because that the day-to-day of having littles is really, really stressful.
Yeah.
And regardless of how, what you do for a living, if you work outside the home, work inside the home, or whatever that is, having littles is very stressful. And because they require so much care and attention, we forget to take that care and attention to us. And one of the myths that we fight against is that self-care is selfish. And it's funny because self-care is okay for other people, for other women, but it's not necessarily okay for moms. And we forget to do it. We forget that it's okay for us to do it. And then there's that guilt because can I leave my baby home? Dad is great, but dad's not mom.
Yeah.
you know, are they going to be okay? Does dad know to give him this binky and not that binky? We have all, and I know that sounds funny, but those are, especially new moms, those are things that we're like, well, they don't do it like we do it. And the kids know that they don't do it like mom does it. And sometimes they're okay with that because mom can be a little like, okay, mom, that's enough,
Hmm.
right? But we have to remember just to do those little things. Journal. Taking 15 minutes a day to read or listen to something that brings you joy, whether it's an audiobook or music. Um, One of the things that I struggled with was jewelry. You would never find me before kids without earrings and a watch. That was just my thing. I did not leave the house without some earrings because I was cute and my watch, right? Because this was before cell phones, so I couldn't, check my phone from the time. So I always had a watch. I'm aging myself. I'm okay with that. and but when I started having the boys, they're all boys, and I'm a boy mom, so we gotta do, and they are 100% like typical want to run, jump, climb, throw stuff.
Yeah.
Even when I would nurse them, they were grabbing at everything, like hair and earrings and necklaces. So I stopped wearing, and it was not until years later that I started. Once I, it wasn't until I realized I was stuck that I began to kind of explore stuff that I like to do again. And a part of that was the whole jewelry. It didn't even dawn on me that I had completely stopped wearing jewelry. And at this point, we were way past them grabbing on me,
Hmm. Yeah.
way past me having to go out and throw the ball with them. Like, okay, y'all can go out now.
Yeah.
Y'all are big enough. Yeah, I see you, baby. Hey. I didn't have to get, I was not in danger of getting the ball thrown at me at this point because
Yeah.
they could be far enough away where I was out of danger now. But I still was not showing up for me. And that's a little like a small thing, but it was a big like aha moment for me. Like I had even stopped doing those little things just for me. Like and I had a mentor at one point when they were little who really challenged me. She's like, I'm gonna need you to go and do something for yourself. I was like, what? She said, go buy a pair of earrings. That sent such anxiety. I was a stay-at-home mom too, so we were on one income. So
Okay.
buying something for myself, oh, that created such an anxiety. My husband's a truck driver, or he was a truck driver at the time, and I did the bills. I did the home management. And so I knew what we had. And because he was a truck driver, it was not a consistent amount coming in. So I
Right.
didn't necessarily know what was coming next week. I
Mm-hmm.
knew we were going to have something, right? But didn't know what that run and this run and this run was going to add up to.
Yeah.
And so I had to make sure, everything that all the needs were covered and some of the boys' wants. But
Mm-hmm.
I never did anything or rarely did anything for me. Like my husband would even going out with some of my mom friends would have to be a push until it all rang true or we all realize we need each other. We have to do this because if we don't, they're going to drive us crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was that was my kind of aha moment, just in doing those little things
Yeah.
that remind you of who you are and what you like and what makes you smile. And we need that.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people went back to doing what they used to like to do during COVID, for sure. A
Oh,
lot of people's careers got woken up at that point, and a lot of people
oh
just
yeah.
shifted.
Yeah, COVID was a reawakening for a lot of people. It was a hard time, definitely, but it really gave you that space and time to kind of figure some stuff out. Because
Mm-hmm.
what else were you gonna do?
Yeah, definitely social media. So I feel like all those groups now where like moms are getting in there and they're sharing about their experiences, those are really helping people now.
Yeah, yeah, they really are. And they're fun. And you realize that you're not alone,
Hmm.
and I think that's important for all of us, whether you're a mom or not, really building community and having that community that supports you, um, regardless of who you are and how you show up. But just an understanding those pieces of you. I have a mom's group that we started out as a play group for the kids, but now we're sister friends. We still, like I said, my oldest is 18. I started the group when he was 6 months,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, we saw each other this week. I mean, there's always an effort made to check in with each other, okay, I haven't seen your face, or when something's going on, we put a call out. I need some sister time. Who can get together? And there's that push to get together with each other,
Yeah.
to break bread, to give a hug, to have coffee, whatever that is, because we need each other. You need that community, those sister friends who support you and who keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Like we're really good at holding each other accountable. Um, and making each other laugh. I'm sorry, I was having flashbacks. Uh, I'm usually the one if something goes on. I'm like, do I need my bat? Do I need my yellow dress and my bat? They're like, no, stand down. Okay, I'm just saying. Just I got you back. And it's like a running joke that we have. Like I have this little pink bat that my father-in-law gave me, and so I always bring it out. It's like I can bring the bat. I can bring the bat. Oh man. But just having those jokes and those knowing that if I do need to go to bat for somebody, if I do need to stand in the gap, with prayer or with bringing a meal or with showing up. We have a friend who divorced a few years ago, and there was a coalition of us at the courthouse on that final day
Oh, man.
to support her. Like, we got you, because it was an emotional experience. That's an emotional thing.
Hmm.
And we were there, like, okay. We
Yeah,
didn't, we
that's
didn't need
cool.
to say anything. We didn't need to do anything. We were just in the room behind her as her backup, just for whatever she needed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, just having the community is nice and just people that know and understand what you're
Yeah,
going through.
absolutely. So important.
Yeah. I like that. Awesome. Is your community on Facebook and stuff?
Yes, I
Okay.
have. You can reach me at Bloom with Alycia. That is my Facebook business page. And then I also have a Facebook group called More Than Just a Mom.
Oh, awesome. So how do you help people get unstuck when they come to you as a client?
Well, with Bloom, I take it through, I look at it like planting. I have a brown thumb, but I love the idea of gardening. And that whole I do. My husband would be like, babe, please don't bring any more plants in this house. It's like, but I'm trying. It doesn't work, babe. Just stop. But I love it. Anyway, I'm gonna have a green thumb at some point. But the concept of gardening is a beautiful thing. And we start out as seeds, and that is the first module where I help moms realize that they're a seed. They have a purpose, no matter what they look like, no matter how small or how big, no matter what color they are, size, whatever, texture, whatever, they have a purpose within them. And it's not until they begin to activate that purpose, they begin to get the nutrients, the water, all the things that they need to help that purpose activate, to get that purpose to start sprouting. And so we talk about, what your, like who you are, what your passions are, what's your why. What else? And we also talk about the beliefs and thoughts that you have, the limiting beliefs that you have, what's keeping you stuck.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get stuck. And
It's time for a short commercial break. So I have some questions for you. Do you need to improve your knowledge about how money works? Are you sick of workplace drama? Are you someone who likes helping others? Would making extra money help you? Do you have a why? If you answered yes to these questions, I'm looking for you. I want driven individuals to join me in financial services. New leaders, new friends, and humans who just want to be around other like-minded humans. Most importantly, someone willing to show up for themselves and do whatever it takes to get ahead. Is that you? If it is, go book a Zoom call with me today using the Calendly link in the description of this episode. And share this with anyone you know that can answer those questions just like you did. I can't wait to meet you.
Being stuck as a mom didn't start when we became a mom. It just it showed up differently. It kind of, how do I want to say this? The stuff was already there. The insecurities were already there. The limiting beliefs were already there. But in this mom thing, when you are trying to keep this human being alive, and then you're responsible for them being a value, a worthwhile person, you have the responsibility of raising them and teaching them and growing them, and that's heavy, right? But now you have that big responsibility on top of all this other stuff that we haven't dealt with.
Right. Okay.
All the childhood stuff, all the however you became a mom, all of that stuff. So we have all this other stuff that's here, and it pokes holes in our cups, right? So I don't know if you've ever heard the term, like you have to what is it? You have to keep your cup full, or you can't pour from an empty cup, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But what happens, because we have all this stuff, we have all this childhood traumas, childhood experiences that we processed in a way that gave us these negative limiting beliefs, we have a hole in our cup. And so as much as we pour in, stuff's leaking out. And until we deal with some of those holes and address the holes, we may not be able to fix it all the way, but at least we know it's there, and that we can cover what we need to cover, we can create a new cup, you know, so that when once we're pouring stuff in, it's not leaking out, or it's
Mm-hmm.
not leaking out as much.
Okay.
And we've got to deal with that. So we talk a lot about once you have the seed, now we're going to plant it and give it everything that we need. What kind of soil are you planting in?
Mm-hmm.
Is your heart rocky? Is it shallow? Are you pouring into, are you trying to grow this or move to this next level, but you're surface level here? You're not trying to get any deeper. Your
Yeah.
roots can't get any deeper because you're all here. You're not sharing. You're not listening to other people. You're not listening to yourself. You have no connection. And so we have to take a hard look at what is our heart condition, and what picking out some of the things that some of those barriers that are keeping us from the next level, that are keeping us from recognizing who we are and what our purpose is, and that are keeping us cloudy in what direction we need to go, because we've got all these rocks in the way. So we've got to clean all of that up.
Okay. Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
analogy.
Yeah. So we do seed, plant, and then we're activating, because once you get it planted and you start sprouting something new,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the beauty. We want to take all of who we are and all that made us to this point and create something new, better, stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And to do that, we have to realize where we are and where we want to go, creating those um, goals, creating those visions. What is it that you're passionate about? And what does that look like? Because sometimes reality sets in. I might love acting, but I'm not in a place where I'm going to Hollywood right now. But how can I bring that love into the world that I'm in now?
Right.
How can I bring that love to my kids, to my family? What can we do, you know, now with this piece? And that's why I also love, to see families that do TikToks together and all these other, reels and stuff together, because there's a way of showing up for each other
Mm-hmm.
and experiencing something together. So yeah, so we talk about, and all through this is, it's a lot of work. I'm going to put you through. I'm going to talk a little bit. As you can see, I can talk, and also do a lot of exercises. Have some homework
Mm-hmm.
to really do some thoughtful stuff, um, thought-provoking stuff, and also some experimental stuff where you're going to be challenged to get out there and do something. You're going to be challenged to get out there and talk to um, talk to people and
Mm-hmm.
talk differently, ask different questions, and you'll have I do kind of like an assessment, like a personal assessment, where you talk to some of your closest friends and see what they say about you, and certain areas. I'm drawing a blank on what the questions are, and then kind of what you say, and then they line up, and how do you want them to line up?
Okay. Cool. Is part of your exercises maybe a vision board or a dream board?
Sometimes I do like a not like a big vision board, but they do have kind of like a page, almost
Mhm.
like a Canva vision board, I
Okay.
guess, where it's a digital board to talk about kind of where you are now and where you want to go,
Mm-hmm.
and taking it a step further with not just the vision, but now that you have the vision, what are the steps to get there? Because a lot of times we make these beautiful vision boards and they sit somewhere collecting dust.
Yeah.
Or we'll put them on our wall and they're beautiful, but we have no concept of how we're going to get to that vision.
Which is okay though, too. If
It
you
is.
look at it the thing is to look at it every day, like multiple times a day, because your brain will figure out how to get there.
Yes, but and I think there's twofold. Your brain does kind of figure it out, but I'm all about having a plan. And that's not to say that the plan is etched in stone, but to see it and then, and it doesn't have to be everything, but what's the one thing on that board that I can do now, that I can work toward? Because we've got to be ready when it comes. Like it's one, is we we'll have these great visions of who we are and who we want to be, but we're not preparing ourselves for that. So when the moment comes for you to have the thing on your board, are you ready? Have you taken any steps to get ready? And it doesn't have to be big stuff. Have you looked into it? Have you journaled about it?
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like for you? And what does that look like for your family? Because it's a different thing when you're a mom, because it's not just you now. It's, what does this look like for my family? How can I do this without sacrificing my family? How can I do this in a way that helps us all to grow?
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of those things. So what does that look like? And painting that picture of what that looks like, taking those steps, whether it be, well, let me just write down what this looks like.
I like doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would it look like if I got this? What would it look like?
Right? Like if you want a bigger car or something for your family, like
Yeah.
just write down what would this car do for me and my family and just
What?
put bullet points.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then how am I going to get this car? Like, are we in financial situation? How do we get in a better financial situation
Mm-hmm.
to get the car?
Yep. You got to do what you got to do
Got to
in
do
that
what you got to
case.
do. You gotta put some steps, some action to it. It doesn't have to be, I think a lot of times we think when we hear, you gotta work the plan and do the plan, we kind of hear like it's etched in stone and it has to be these big major steps. No, just keep moving
Yeah.
towards
Do
something.
some research and stuff at least.
Yeah. Read
Yeah.
about it, research it. We can Google everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But really just kind of put put those little steps in. Figure out what that actually looks like for you. And then, okay, well, what can I do now to get to that?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Your brain will figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely helps journaling because you're like, okay, like this is a good little step here. This is what it can do for my family.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could see everything in black and white at that point too. So just kind of lays everything out for you to understand and see better.
Yeah.
Definitely I'm getting more into journaling myself. So
But journaling is so powerful. I have actually a bin of journals from throughout my life. Now I am a stop and start journaler, but
okay.
I'm a stop and start journaler. And a lot of it is because once I had kids, I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had two toddlers running around. They're 3 years apart. So the 3-year-old then had a newborn, and then I had like two little people, and I'm like, what? Um, but I and but that's another reason why I encourage younger moms to like take that time to write stuff down, even if you're writing stuff down that the kids did today. Like
Yeah.
keep, because we used to say, "Oh, that's going in the book," right? When they would do something crazy, and there was a lot of stuff that they did crazy, but we wouldn't actually put it in a book. And I'm really like kicking myself that I didn't do that because we've forgotten a lot of the stories. Because
Yeah.
my boys, we had stories for days. Uh, I wish I could have published that book at this point. It was hilarious what these kids came up with. And then watching them with their friends, I'm like, oh wow. Wow, that should go in a book. That's a whole chapter right there. But it
funny.
is a very powerful tool because you get that release out. And then you can see what you've written
Hmm.
and kind of do your own self-processing, like, oh,
Yeah.
and have those aha moments and come and to be able to come back to them. There's some journals I I can't go through just yet, or I'll go through it and I'll be like, oh no, oh no, I don't know what she was thinking. Like she was just like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, was that really me? Like that kind of. But yeah, but yeah, it's just definitely because it helps you see yourself differently.
Hmm. Yeah, it
Helps you see
does.
yourself clearer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Instead of everything trapped in your head all the time.
Oh yeah, we got enough stuff up here, man. Just let it go. I hear Elsa in my head. Let it go.
Hmm. Exactly. I feel like in reality, in like 2 to 4 years, I'm probably gonna have kids of my own, if not just one, but like, yeah.
Keep that journaling going, honey.
Yep, definitely. I've been working on self-development and mindset for like the past 3 years, so I'm working towards all that already. And I've always wanted to be financially independent before that all happens.
Hmm.
So I think I'll get there. I'm
Okay.
not there
You
yet,
will.
but I'm working on it.
Hey, that's all. We just keep working.
Hmm.
And you have enough, since you've been like intentionally doing this self-development, when those you'll be able to take those lessons that you've learned and give them to your kids
Yeah, that's my goal.
and parents in a whole different way because kids understand. It's funny. They need it, and it is so beautiful to kind of watch a kid um, use different language, understand when they are emotionally in an emotional state, and kind of how to diffuse that.
Yeah, because you have to kind of guide them through their emotions because they have no idea like what they're feeling.
And the patience level to that
Yeah.
is amazing. Like that's a that's a higher calling. Um, but I don't know if I'm that patient, but yeah, it's it's exciting to see. But it is a different kind of parenting, and it's but especially I have a mental health background, a counseling background too. But when I hear, and it would always tickle me when my kids would go to someone else, well, how does that make you feel? And I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that one as much. Rephrase some things, but to see them do to my oldest is very empathetic.
Oh,
So when he always kind of taps into when someone is off. And I remember when he was like he would get in trouble as a kindergartner, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, but his whole thing was he wanted to make other people happy.
oh.
So he would sense when folks were not, when they were off or they weren't happy, and that was his whole thing. He wanted to make them happy. And so, but to hear how he does it, he's so like little kids adore him because he has just such a way of kind of talking to people um, to love on them in a way that kind of pulls them back, and then he'll kind of make them. He uses humor a lot. He'll make them laugh, but he makes people feel heard.
Hmm.
And I think that is such a gift, and he innately had that. And I will say I gave him a little bit, trained him a little bit in that, but that was a part of who he is, and how my husband and I talk with them, um, help them to kind of gain these skills on their own. The youngest doesn't have it at all. We still trying to figure out what happened to him. He is just he he he's a different kid. He'd be like, "Jesus, I'm out. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I'm crying. You'll be all right. Go talk to David."
That's funny. Wow.
He's gonna get me if he sees this one. Here's this one. Mom, I'm not that bad. Not that bad.
Yeah, it's funny how kids come out completely different.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, my best friend's kids are pretty different. Pretty different. Like the oldest one, he loves to go fishing with his dad. And the other one, he likes fishing, but he doesn't really love it like that. So he'll like go do other things, maybe play basketball, and the other one's in football right now and stuff. So yeah, it's awesome. I kind of want to connect you and my best friend, at least on the community, because
Absolutely.
she's always like telling me how it is to be a mom, and
it's a trip. How old are her kids?
The oldest is 14 or 15. He's a freshman now in high school, and then the other one is, he must be like 10.
Okay.
Around 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I've
she's
known
got the two boys too. Oh yeah,
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I've known them since the oldest one was like a year old. So
oh wow. Yeah. Yep. That's about how my boys are too. So it's crazy because it's just like you grew up in the same house.
yeah.
Not that far apart. Like
No.
what happened? But we've narrowed it down to, at least with our youngest, he has been so protected in his life. Like he's got his parents, he's got his big brother. We have a community of friends where he was always like one of the baby kids. And so he's got big cousins and play big sisters and play big brothers from other families, kind of like in that community of friends that I have from their big brothers and sisters that have. So he has no care in the world. That he's like, I'm good. I'm good. If my big brother ain't got it, then so and so has it. I can get my big sister on him, who's in a whole nother house, a whole nother family. So he has no care. This boy, yeah, he has no care. Like he started as a freshman in high school, getting a ride to school with his big brother. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to take the bus. And he's a football player, so he started his high school career as on the football team.
Okay.
And he gets to take the bus. I mean, he got a ride to school with his brother. You can't tell him nothing. Can't tell him nothing at all.
Hey, people got to learn the hard way sometimes.
Oh, we keep telling them that too. Like, son, you just don't even know.
Yeah.
When your brother leaves, you don't know. You ain't gonna know what to do.
Oh man, that's so funny. Yeah, I think I will connect you and my best friend.
Awesome.
Awesome. So where can people find you online? I know I got the Bloom with Alycia Facebook and the empowerment coaching, which you do like a 3-month coaching program, and More Than Just a Mom. You said that's on Facebook?
That's on Facebook, and you can also find me at Bloom with Alycia on Instagram.
Okay.
But Facebook is the best, and because my calendar, I forgot to update it, but like my calendar is there as well, so you'll know when More Than Just a Mom will be, how to register for that and what days. I'm doing it because I generally try to do it like twice a month, and that's the free masterclass. And Bloom starts, I haven't given it, I think I'm drawing a blank, toward the end of this month. So that will be on my calendar as well. Okay. And then if you're not quite sure kind of where to get in, fit in, you can do a free discovery call at bit.ly discover with Alycia. And that will help kind of figure out where you are and how I can best help you.
Awesome. I like that. So I'm going to link all of that in the description of the episode. And awesome. Yeah, thank you for being here today. I'm going to catch up with you really quick after the episode.
It was great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was fun. I learned a lot, actually.
Well,
can't wait for momhood.
It's actually not. It's fabulous, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Please like, review, share, and subscribe to this podcast, and follow us on Instagram at GetSmartWMoneyPodcast, as well as checking out our website at GetSmartWithMoneyPodcast.com.